저도 제가 첫 번째인지는 모르겠는데 저도 제가 그래도 잘한다고 생각은 하고 다른 잘하는 선수들은 그 다들 잘하는 것 같아요. 누가 더 잘한다는 모르겠는데 대부분의 선수들이 다 할 거는 다 해주는 선수들인 것 같아요.
I mean, yeah, Raz. Like, if you can't name them, then
Can't name them, but I'm not the best. No,
I'm not the best. Well, TheShy showed in that first game. It was a very stable game from him, not outrageous, but still an excellent game at that. Welcome back. My name's JackeyLove, and this is Barento Raz Muhammad. The now question is whether 369 can make him remember his name.
I think when the MVP voting came through, and remember the top threes were Doumbé, Knight, and Tian, I was actually quite shocked because I thought that TheShy certainly was at least within the top three picture.
Of course.
That I thought he was number one, but I think that certainly with the top lane pressure and how game one came through, 369 certainly wants to have the top lane matchup come through. I think that both these teams really favor red side.
Yeah.
That we already saw the counterpicking, especially from 369, how he favors renekting in a lot of these matchups and how it makes it so much easier for XX to actually get something across when he's trying to trade. I really think that if XX is going to find really an impact in this game, that's going to be through his solo lanes.
And shutting down the top side as well if you can get through to TheShy. Remember in that game, the reason that TheShy got to a very stable point was because Ning was up towards that top side, our MVP for game number 1. This man was on a mission.
He was huge. Not only was he getting like full experience advantages through his entire camps, but on top of that, he was bullying top lane.
Yeah.
It's just so hard to deal with a Rek'Sai on red side to go wait through these multiple gank opportunities. So easily picks up MVP, and it really goes to show that jungle difference means a whole lot for a lot of these matchups that are really like a primary focus for us.
It has throughout all of playoffs. I'd say that the jungle difference has been a very key factor here in the LPL so far, but with this one especially, it came towards that vertical jungling. While the bottom side was prioritized for XX there towards the Kalista Thresh lane, you saw what it sacrificed with Ning in the top side and the versatility of red side gank.
And remember what Clement had pointed out with how Corki kind of really didn't work well with this composition. I would say I would agree on one primary point, because when the forced vertical jungling came through from TOP, they really needed mid lane to start pushing early so they can have an access through bottom lane.
Yep.
So they can really try and push for a dive or just really force for turret plating. That got pushed so frequently because Rookie had the first push. Rookie had the ability to lean towards the bottom side of the map and actually just put down 2 control wards that just negated all that pressure there that TOP was trying to set up.
It took so long for them to get cleared as well, and Rookie just had a stellar performance himself. The LeBlanc versus the Corki. We know what the laning phase is like for the Corki, considering that the wave clear isn't there early on as well.
Yeah, the wave clear is something that I want to see a little bit more coming in from... it's hard to say. I think it's a stronger priority. Remember Invictus Gaming in the regular season when they get their hands on Lissandra, that makes it so much easier for them. They don't need to force these 2v2s to get instant wave clear through mid lane, that they have so much success off that. 100% win rate. I know Lissandra is just one of those broken champions that you need to get off the field.
Gone.
But like that wave clear really goes to show if you get Rookie outside of the lane, that he can make the best of his priorities. So that's what we see from Invictus Gaming. From TOP, they're just as strong if Knight gets going. One thing that he found as a big problem, like certainly a barrier when he went into the playoffs, was the Morgana pick.
Yeah.
Because before Morgana became a mid lane option, he was going LeBlanc when he found opportunities. We were seeing LeBlanc first pick in a lot of these LPL teams. And he was saying no one can really handle the LeBlanc, even in poor matchups. I have, instant ganking jungler that can really help me out, give me an advantage, I can snowball. But then when he went up against Scout, the Morgana versus LeBlanc matchup came through. Suddenly I can't blind pick that anymore. Suddenly the Morgana has to be off the field, and he found himself picking that up, which made it harder. Because when TOP succeeds, it's off of his success, off of the 369 success as well. But when that ownership now goes on towards LokeN, a style that's fine, but hasn't found them that success, or that, top 3 success in the LPL throughout the regular season, then you start to really reassess the field, because Invictus Gaming's found success in all 3 lanes, where TOP necessarily didn't have to do that.
Yeah, and I know the desk was talking about the hope and dreams there of LokeN and Ben, and how Clement actually supported the bottom lane of TOP, but it's still JackeyLove and Baolan, and going up into that lane. Very different stories. We go into game number 2. Now IG on the blue side. How does it change? Well, you see the Sylas still the ban on red side. You see the Kalista gone as well. But TheShy says, let's just flex Rise again.
A lot of that respect to Sylas, even though both teams have answers to it. TOP has not only the first pickable Jace, but it has the Renekton as well. Tabe made the point that the Jace could be flexed over, so knowing that there's an opportunity where Silas could be in the top lane and TOP might be forced to throw Jace mid lane, they're just going to ban it out completely.
You'll see it locked in eventually there. Okay. So no second guesses, but look at what is open in the bottom lane if you want to go there again for TOP, or if something like the Olaf is prioritized early.
I'm interested in the fact that the Galio got banned out, so even if we're discussing the whole jungle possibilities, I think just through the support picks, usually supports is an easy first rotation.
Yep.
Get the Tom Kench or Alistar out of the way. I think those will come back. Certainly knowing that Invictus Gaming have great pick opportunities with the Lee Sin and the Rise, I would probably find myself with the Tom Kench in first base.
You'd be asking yourself, though, where is this Gragas actually going? Because XX has played it before. He's got a wide champion pool.
Yeah, he's a Gragas player. I mean, for him, he loves Gragas into the Lee Sin, so I'm surprised that it was Invictus Gaming actually opting into that.
We said on the desk, or they said on the desk rather, that Lee Sin was best in the hands of someone like Castle, also someone like Ning. So stylistically for IG,
Lock
they're
it in!
on the other side, there you go, Morgana.
Now this is the true flex pick.
Where are we going?
Knight has been picking it up recently, just because it almost feels like he's forced to do so. But I think in this instance, he sees that there's a Braum on the enemy team. He wants to place that bottom lane. I just don't personally think that there is a wrong matchup to go here, because I think it's great into the Rise as well. Makes it so it's so much harder for Ning to find a gank opportunity through mid lane.
Yep.
But if you place the bottom lane, then the 2v2s just work in your favor. Braum passive is just useless when you can place the Morgana shield properly.
That's right, we didn't see the Braum in game one because it was banned out. Support's limited there on the blue side from TOP. Good to see the Morgana back in fruition here in the semi-finals, but you start banning away mid laners on the side of TOP. LeBlanc first, Aurelia from IG second.
I think what we should see here from Invictus Gaming is a Corki ban. Because even though Morgana and the Jaces come through, I'd rather put the Jace back in 369's hand, even with an unfortunate game one. And I'd put the Morgana in the bottom lane so you can get the Braum matchup. But if you have now Corki, Jace, Morgana, that's a really good siege and poke composition that you have here for you. So that's a comp that TOP should be trying to strive for. And for Invictus Gaming, I think they need heavier engage. It just can't be off the Lee Sin if they ever find themselves in that position.
Ooh, you were talking about poke though, TOP.
Oh!
Hello, Virus.
Let's go. I mean, that works too. Like, looking at this now, suddenly it's like, okay, let's just completely fill our composition with poke. Thankfully, they have an option on mid lane to just go for a pure counter pick. They already have a good enough poke with the Varus and Jace. You got to see how LWX dealt with that yesterday when he got blasted on his Kog'Maw. Oh, don't do that.
Yeah.
I
Good
saw that,
timing,
JackeyLove.
Raz.
JackeyLove, don't do that. Nah, I'm just saying, if you watched yesterday's game, you don't want to do this.
Nah, let's
No!
do it. Hello,
All right.
Cogmore. Has a very good win rate in the LPL, by the way, but yesterday I think was the first time it's actually lost. That's where the 7 out of 8's coming from.
So there are some Kog'Maw players that love this matchup. Like, even if they're looking past the support matchup and saying that Braum has difficulties versus the Morgana, utilizing your W, active so you can actually get the range over it. I just love Varus range.
Yep.
Like, I think the Varus range on his Qs, empowered with his own W, can just trump all. So, even Lux in the Akali.
Okay.
All right, I mean, I guess IG's composition is bulkily just focused on the top side of the map. Hopefully, JackeyLove doesn't find himself too far in a deficit early in this game.
But you've also got security there. If JackeyLove finds himself in a good position once again, despite everything,
Lock it in.
TOP, they've been playing with these 3 picks, with the Gragas, with Jace, with Morgana. If the game plank gets locked in here, that'll confirm exactly where all 3 are going. And there we go.
There we go. I mean, it should be a GP top lane, but
Yep.
you really do have to wait until you get to the 20-second mark.
Okay.
Because one of the champions that Knight actually locked in his first place in Korean solo queue was actually through GP. He practiced the champion a hell of a lot, but that's just too much faith. We've never seen the GP in the mid lane in the LPL this split. It's far more safe to throw him in the top lane,
Yep.
have Knight on the Jace, and you can play through that. Suddenly, if I'm TOP, have XX and Knight pair up when XX is far more often gone towards the top lane. Play through that and look towards the bottom lane. There's a lot of pick potential there, especially past 6 when LokeN gets his ultimate ready.
So easy to get the shove there on Rookie early on as well. And as they lock on in, it'll be Akali in the mid lane, TheShy back on the Rise in the top lane. So rinse and repeat up there. But in the mid lane, it just gets juicier. I hate that word. Let's use spicier, right? Why not?
Please.
Yeah.
You're making me uncomfortable now.
The push against the Akali going to be rough here for Rookie in the early game, and we've seen this matchup a couple of times before, and how the Jace can just bully out.
And that's a good start. Looking at game 1 and the adaptation, recognizing that Knight really didn't have an axis into the mid game.
Yeah, he didn't.
The mid game was super tough, and even though he got through Hex Drinker, he didn't really deal with Rookie in any shape or form, didn't die in any fantastic. Even he got poked out, fine. He went back to base. He went to the sideline. He was like, I'll be fine when we hit the 30-minute mark. Didn't get to that point. Like, you got completely slammed through the composition, so now giving more access availability for Knight to have an impact in these team fights, skirmishes early on, I think that's a good choice from TOP.
Also means that he can lean back on his team a little bit more as well. Knight was the only person who was somewhat accelerated in that game number 1 for TOP. And we look and say, okay, cool. You can lean back on that bottom lane a bit more. LokeN and Ben, the push and the damage that goes out towards the Cogmore. As you pointed out, we saw yesterday, the virus loves dogs in a bad way. And LokeN is going to try and punish JackeyLove, get somewhere here for TOP. This game number 2 is monumental. IG, the momentum is on their side. We'll see if TOP can slow them down, take us to an even game 3. Somebody got louder for TOP, and that's what happens when you get to the semifinals. As TheShy, yeah, start with the Rune Prison. Doesn't really matter too much in lane. It's the standard start anyway, but it's just going to prevent his incoming death.
I like the fact that they're just trying to challenge for a flash. They get the flash off TheShy. He has to play more respectfully. Makes it also, changes up how Ning plays this game. Ning, if he sees these lanes, I was like, where do I go? Where do I look for a gank opportunity?
Yep.
It's easier for top lane, but of course, you're looking at a GP who can just find himself out of any CC out. So the Rune Prism doesn't really do too much. I would say he wants to look towards primarily just trying to see if he can find XX. If he can find XX early on through primarily like mid lane shove, then I think he has a chance here. But it's going to be tough to see if he gets that, because I think throughout this laning phase, Knight should have the way to push Rookie in completely. Rookie only has that teleport advantage over him.
And much towards our conversation, junglers will be starting on the bottom side, pathing towards the top and mid lanes that we hyped up so much. XX is going to be clearing the blue, and it looks like the pathing will take him straight to the scuttle, which will not be spotted out. As Ning has got a different transaction. He's going towards the blue side. He's going towards the top side first.
The fact that XX just didn't get a help from his bottom side, he gave LokeN and Ben the chance to push the lane early, which is going to be hard for JackeyLove and Baolan. It was already hard to begin with.
Ben has Comet on Morgana instead of the Guardian.
Yeah, that's just them trying to get the kill. Like, right now, Game 1 didn't showcase to you what TOP was trying to do towards their bottom side, trying to give them that lead and advantage over JackeyLove and Baolan. Game 2 is just doubling it up. So we'll have to see if the execution comes through. At least this time it's not vertical jungling. XX has a chance to be able to just match Ning in this instance.
Should be able to get towards that red before Ning gets there. At the moment, going to be spotted out by a ward.
How you doing?
So let's go. Level 2 versus level 2. Ning only just started here on the Scuttle Crab. XX feeling cocky.
Bring in Knight, man. Bring in your AD in the mid lane.
XX only has the blue buff, though. Remember, no red buff, so Ning has the advantage here with Conquerors popped early. Sonic Wave. Resonating Strike not going to be taken here by Ning just yet, but still waiting around for the Scuttle.
It's funny because both these teams do have people that can help them out. Ning has Ryze who's shoved out top lane, while Jace can do the same, but Jace doesn't have the mana. He doesn't have mana to help him out if a skirmish were to happen. It's just far more in favor of IG, so respectful, XX just backs off.
Also very well read there from the likes of TOP. Picking up the red buff now, should be able to get close to the level 3 mark and get back on his way, while Ning clearing towards the top side again, looking to be more disruptful.
We're just going to have to see. Biscuits is there for 369, so he can heal himself back up under that threat of a dive. There's a reason why XX is topside, only of course just being able to pick up his Krugs, but being there just in case this huge wave turns into a dive. So 369 already faced multiple dives, ganks in the top lane in Game 1. He doesn't want that to happen again.
So we talked about how to get into these solo lanes. Well, at the moment for 369, the wave's pushing up. XX here to safeguard and shadow up the lane.
Yeah.
But it doesn't look like he's going to be making an appearance anytime soon, just leaving the shot to do his goodwill.
That's good. I mean, XX is starting to just rack himself up as much experience as he can. This is great for him. He gets his Krugs while Lee Sin has kind of gone away from that. Gets his Raptors. He's much faster clear on that one. So the slower the game goes, for XX, it benefits him being able to hit his level 6 much faster. So I think for XX perspective, this is perfect. He can go back to base, pick up his boots with his Predator, and find himself bottom lane and looking for that possibility on a dive. He's looking mid though, just in case.
Just goes to show you how the pathing for Predator junglers, especially the Gragas, has changed from 9.1 all the way now to 9.6.
This is probably just a change in game plan just specifically for this one. Predator junglers usually want to get their boost as soon as possible. Wow.
Might have to start looking at the bottom lane. A flash burnt out by the lane that's pushing in. Ben overstepping his mark.
It's always a chance for just an upset. Being able to pick up flashes like that, suddenly JackeyLove and Baolan saying, okay, there's a pick buffer. You can try bottom lane now. Like, now if I'm Ning, here we go.
Yeah, you know that Ben doesn't have the flash.
Oh, this is going to be rough.
Minion wave not at a stable point here. Ben, no Sonic Wave to come out. They still don't know that Ning's there, but pings are going down, thinking that he's in the Tri-Brush or the river.
This is kind of tough, too. JackeyLove is actually not allowing him to freeze because he just wants to play the lane normally. He doesn't want to give away too much as well. So let's find if Ning lures them in.
Still waiting ever so patiently. XX did this in game 1.
Here we go.
Wasted a lot of time,
Yeah, get
but
that.
it was spotted out.
Get
LokeN comes on in. They find themselves no kick just yet, but Sonic Wave into the red snake, tried the Black Shield, denies it as they lock down.
no.
The turnaround here with the Ignite, the flash away from Ning, and here comes the jungler in XX, who has flash, who has body slam. LokeN doesn't have the mana, but Ben does. Enough for a binding, it doesn't land. Hits the tip of a minion, and IG safeguarded from the turnaround.
So well from LokeN to be able to trade right back. Almost got the kill on towards Lee Sin, and equally as good for JackeyLove, because if he didn't trade just as well on towards LokeN, it would have just been steamrolling them. So still good reactions from TOP to keep themselves alive.
Means they can get the shove back in, let the wave reset, and the bottom lane can go back here from TOP. Same CS margin, but
no.
they're walking up towards the top, towards the river, while the top side's just getting this hard shove. 20 CS down already. 369 on the gangplank.
Once again, TheShy gets another good matchup, and he's making it work.
Hang on a minute, Raz, who wins this matchup? I need you to tell me. It's perfect execution and a solo kill from Rookie tells me otherwise.
The moment he realized he was in the wrong place at the wrong time, he's like, I'm not even going to use my flash. You get my respect. Rookie with that solo kill on Akali.
Hits level 6 straight away, and he's in. That's the first kill of the game, and straight away, now we have another problem for TOP in the early game.
That's rough, man. Usually when Knight is trying to look for a good back timing, because it's hard for him if he's going up against teleport, so he's taking that extra bit of risk, knowing that Gragas usually helps him and leads with him. But he's saying, you're in the bottom side of the map, you're kind of tied up. I'm going to do this at some point. I can't stay in the lane this long without much help here. So he goes for the push. Rookie's a smart man. What the hell are you doing? And then just finds himself with that solo kill. So good God, man. Starting out with another, just a smash in lane.
Really hard now because Rookie went back. The Hextech Gunblade well on the way with the revolver already in hand. Pick up your... You already have Doran Shield, but you pick yourself up a longsword, you have boots. There's so much sustain in this lane, and Rookie in a very good position now for XX, trying to shadow and help if anything else happens, while Ben's on the way as well.
And remember, all of this was done while still holding on to teleport. So can still be used defensively if JackeyLove and Baolan find themselves in need. All of this from Invictus Gaming, the double teleports, them kind of trying to scale through Akali. That's them realizing that they can play this one incredibly defensively. Let's take in the helicopter camera. Yep, he was just trying to leave too. He got the job done by queuing in the wave, but Rookie ain't gonna let you leave, my friend.
That's some IMAX stuff level right there. Yeah, that's an IG supporter. I felt like she was almost gonna cry. It was that good.
Look, I don't care what supporter you are in that position. I could be hating Rookie's guts, and it just you get that kill. You have to. You have to.
You absolutely have to. Well, off that IG. If we speak about tempo here, the play's definitely developed to a point where Ning starts up the Infernal, spotted out by XX, who is level 6 himself.
Good call from Rookie to rotate now, so you can challenge Ning. Try. He got bodyguards now.
Yeah. Rookie has perfect execution as well. Baolan and JackeyLove walking in. A full front to it, seems like, with the shock blast going in into the wall. They lock down the Dark Binding. The Dragon will be secured by the Lee Sin, but the Catabarage helps secure the kill. They jump in for another. They jump in for a third. And there you go, TOP. Have a triple kill.
Another one from TOP. Much like game one, they find themselves right back in all those 3 kills into LokeN's pockets.
But you know what the problem is now? TheShy knows There is no gangplank ulti. 369 understands TheShy has flash, but will walk behind his minion wave. He's safe, but he loses so much in this lane.
TheShy is just getting so much, just ignoring the bottom side of the map, saying, you know what, both of us don't have TPs, we are in our own islands. And even though Invictus Gaming suffering losses on the bottom side of the map, just look at the CS difference top lane for TheShy. So I still love this from TOP, but in the back of your head, you got to realize that this game could go much longer than you wanted to. So take a look at this. Great collapse from TOP. Even if they didn't get the dragon, still being able to get the last tick on towards Kog'Maw and getting that kill pays dividends. Now he finds himself the Black Cleaver, moving on to a second item. That bottom lane strategy from TOP will work, but take a look at this.
See if it accelerates even further. Knight is being bullied around. Jaces in this series have not looked comfortable. Getting marked down by Rookie, still not going to find the engage. Ning hovering around, but that's it for now, while Knight has to be precarious around this lane.
At least he held on to his flash in the last time. If he had blown his flash, recognizing he was going to die anyways, that certainly would have opened up for this kill here from Ning. He has his ultimate, so he would have been able to look for a dragon kick. Thankfully, TOP can still play respectfully around the mid lane.
Rolls even as well. Look at this point in the map where you think that TOP should be behind, but you have a triple kill Varus, who's now on Summoner's Rift with a Blade of the Ruin King.
Hell yeah.
Nice and early. Bounty on his head too, so if JackeyLove can snatch that one away, he'll get his own Blade of the Ruin King early as well. Remember, there's an Infernal Dragon, and what we stated about Invictus Gaming, how their composition runs with the Kog'Maw, the Akali, the Rise, it's still quelled enough for TOP trying to set up the momentum
here
once
we
again.
go.
Raz, Rookie goes into the Shroud, XX has the ulti available, but this just stops it once again.
Yeah, not much you can do. There are two ways you can play the Akali, offensively with your Shroud or defensively. Okay.
Or you can find yourself in the face of Ning, who still has a Sonic Wave landed
Come
on the
back
explosive cast. He jumps onto him, flashes him away again. The Shock Blast avoided, but Knight's chasing him up while Rookie wants to come in with the perfect execution. Level 9 jumps over the wall. Great escape, but had to use the ulti to do so.
Ben using his bot lane shove to be able to come and help out in the mid lane. This is great from TOP, but damn, this is coming down to the wire. Like, it really is a game that's just on a dime through mid lane. Okay, canceling that out.
Are we going to go back in? I think Rookie might be solo killed, but he flashes away.
He doesn't have teleport too. He's going to be forced to go back. At the same time, finally Knight gets some breath of fresh air. He can shove in, he can find a base timing. He hasn't had that all game long.
Raz, I don't think we're stopping though, because TheShy is locked down 369 again. Ning is at a quarter of a health, maybe a third.
Maybe you might want to go back to base.
Yeah, he still has Dragon's Rage though, and while 369 gets very low, we'll see if the plague could spread from TheShy.
I don't want to hear it. 369 has flash. This is a bit much. Just at least trying to secure the tower for TheShy.
Counter barrage. I think Ning gets spotted out here as well. He's walking up. The barrel should be able to do it, but 369 might need more help as TheShy looks to solo kill him. Who needs Ning when you're TheShy? It spreads, and 369 finally burns that flash. The turret goes down with it, and TheShy is in a lead once again.
There's just no contest here from TOP on the top side. At least they're getting something here in the bottom side of the map to respond. But this is just accelerating way too quickly for TheShy.
Zavaris, he's so much more relevant than JackeyLove at this point, but JackeyLove has kept up being the difference. Turret's going to go down very slowly. TOP will be able to quell out the majority of that gold. But I just bring you back to the top side because that's a 50 CS lead. That is a Rise with Archangel's Staff, and that's going to be stacking pretty soon as well. Blasting Wand in hand. TheShy looking great on Rise.
The goal, especially when Gunblade gets picked up by Rookie, is to isolate the matchups. You want Knight in a long lane. We'll see if they can get the pick on him. You can't see him,
They
though.
do find the lockdown, but they launch everything into the blind space. Binding from Ben was beautiful.
Oh, wow. I mean, like, that was just excellent from him. Now they can challenge for this here. Maybe get a kill on Ning as well.
It's at half health, 4k now for the Rift Herald, but the challenge coming in from the other side from Invictus Gaming. Glacial Push comes out, Ben gets low, but they re-engage. The turn is down. Knight finds a kill, but flushes out immediately afterwards while they try and snipe down Ben. It's not enough from JackeyLove. Ning will take the Rift Herald, but he might die in the process as 369 is chasing up.
Yeah, TOP's got to back away. I love the fact that they're getting in and out to get these kills. Kill gold right there from TOP, while at the same time looking at the bottom lane for TOP, as you can look in the minimap, that's a lot of gold that LokeN is picking up for himself. Even got the Krug camp.
Yeah, what you can hear are the death bells ringing in the mid lane as TheShy looks to challenge yet another solo lane. This time in Knight. There goes turret plating as well, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, in 30 seconds rather.
Who's gold?
It's Ben.
Someone get him off my screen immediately.
But we can't. We're going to look at the Dragon, which is a mountain to be taken by TOP.
Call the Riot developers, please.
Very rare that this happens, actually.
Yeah.
I'm not going to complain too much. All right. Okay, Mountain into Ocean. Not too bad here, but for TOP, they have the gold lead, and now they have an Elemental.
Yeah, it's great for TOP. I think if we were looking at their composition, if they get control around the Baron buff, being able to have that Mountain Dragon certainly helps them. They won't have that pressure for long. If you already look at the side lane matchups right now, TheShy is pushing in so damn far.
Yeah.
While at the same time, Rookie's saying, okay, if you're putting that much attention to the top side, I'm in the bottom lane just pushing out and threatening that outer turret. But wow, take a look at this. So you're right. I mean, you may be shrouded. That's a lot of AoE with a Gragas belly just in case.
Ben dropped the Ignite down as well as soon as he got the vision from the binding, so that helped accelerate that kill, but well played from TOP. The pick means that you get a kill.
Where is she?
Back onto the jungler.
Get out of my screen!
As soon as Ben backs, by the way, I believe that'll go. Actually, I don't think that disappears till he gets on.
We'll see about that. We don't want to give any false promises across the broadcast here.
Sonja's hourglass looks to be about 10 minutes away. So
I think when she dies, so everyone wants someone to die on the map, it's certainly going to be Morgana.
0-0 and 5.
Need
That's
it.
going to be a hard task.
Need it.
Kill participation.
But this is actually a really difficult spot from TOP. Not only do they get pressured out on side lanes, but also just the Rift Herald, that's a possibility. Ning has that there, so he can push that mid lane as well. I guess he's going to use it for the bottom side of the map. It almost feels as though it's like the Baron buff pressure, because every lane is getting pressured at once. There's not really an opportunity for TOP to upset that.
At this point, I feel like it's very crucial for someone like Ben to be the disruptor to some of those plays. Ning's down on the bottom side who had Rift Herald, but has still not placed it, still not comfortable putting it down just yet. And you're getting a good look at TheShy, who just hasn't stopped pushing at this point.
Yeah, look at the CS gold.
He's huge.
Humongous. That's more than 60 CS advantage while you're 15 minutes into the game. Are you kidding me?
Are we just going again? No, that's the W, by the way.
It's a lot of sounds happening that you just kind of have to start ignoring.
Let's see if JackeyLove and Baolan can find Ben and XX, but they're just walking back to the mid lane all the way to protect the turret.
So if you're TOP, thankfully they have a gold lead. What they just want is an opportunity to rotate LokeN and Knight through this mid lane. They're doing it right now. If they find a pick on a JackeyLove or even just Baolan, they should start with a Gragas Q, slow them down so the Morgana Q will certainly hit, and then they have the ability to just rain arrows on them. It's a great tactic to utilize. We saw that just yesterday in that best of 5. It works when you have a chance to leave a side lane. But you're seeing what Invictus Gaming are doing. They're playing with time. You look at Akali in the bottom lane just constantly shoving out, and it's challenging TOP's positioning. Okay, well, that'll do it.
That's not bad from Knight. However, TOP still playing very safely until XX comes in. 4 members in the mid lane. Ning lands the Sonic Wave, but no follow-up just yet as Catapult does come in. Raz, the combo comes through, but it was quicker than expected. Knight picking up the kill. That's the turret that's going to go down with it.
That forces everything. I mean, TheShy is still going to stay in his lane, but suddenly TOP can take Invictus Gaming out of these side lanes and really force them to pick these team fights. Now if you're Invictus Gaming, you need to find a way in. If TOP continuously shoves through mid lane and looks for the inner tower this time around, then look at, I'd say, TheShy to use his Realm Warp to find himself in a flank position. Primarily, Rookie who could find himself shrouded in between like 3 members. You already see how difficult it was in the last time he got picked.
Yep.
But you need to do something. It's just hard because if I'm looking at the usual culprit, like you want Lee Sin to find that flank, but Morgana just changes all of that. So you need to find more creative options into these fights.
What I just saw from Invictus Gaming was not the best use to Rift Herald. We'll talk about that in a second because it was Baolan in the end who got caught out.
And of course it's just based off of the Gragas cast, the ultimate that XX has. Because the moment you get the first pick, that's easy. Suddenly 1 member down, you look for the turret. That's just the way TOP is going to be playing it out with their composition. Well, they're not going to have much pressure through mid lane, not just because of the shove, but also control ward nicely placed. Position around the Ocean Dragon when it comes up.
The ping's going down. They have no idea where Rookie is, but finally spot him out. Shock Blast dodged by Ning. Knight moving across the map, trying to find a little bit more, but IG have the inside track towards his vision control. TheShy's pushing up the bottom lane. This will be the second last outer turret to be taken, and no one there in time to contest.
Love the fact that they flipped the script. I think they should have done that to begin with, where TheShy was already having that huge advantage top lane. You're not going to get the kill on 369. You can't even essentially push him off the tower on inner tower, or else you're just going to get completely dove through from TOP's mid lane. So they put him bottom lane, they got the tower, and now he can start doing that towards the bottom lane tower when in 2 minutes Baron buff comes up and you can start to play around that.
Be able to do something in the mid lane as well if he can find the flank. Rookie just before used the teleport towards the top side of the map and cleared it out. I believe he did back from base then as well and is heading back there, but Still a lead for TOP. Pace still slow.
You can already see the positioning of Knight. This is how they were able to get the poke on towards JackeyLove and got the pick on the Baolan, is just being able to find poke off Fog of War. They're just poking their heads out just to see if they can get something, but all eyes are on JackeyLove, who's been the primary person clearing out mid lane wave. It makes it easy as a target to pick off. We'll have to see if Invictus Gamer are going to challenge this. Okay, get out of here.
That's a Realm War. 369 not even going to challenge because he can't. He gets half health on the way out. Ning there to follow up as well. That is just rough against TheShy.
Now they all push themselves bottom lane, but guess who's top lane pushing up? It's Rookie, looking for the inner tower as well. Oh, wait, did they? No, they don't see him.
Not quite. It's 1-3-1. Kicking TOP from behind. Gold is slowly quietening as well. And while Gangplank can always bring back that gold advantage due to the passive being 70 CS behind, pretty much, is a good way to show that IG's side lane threats continue to shine.
We saw that frustration coming in from TOP when they made that mistake, primarily through LokeN, getting caught out in the mid lane. When the game was going too slowly, and you start to see, Invictus Gaming, yeah, they were slowing it down, but benefiting their composition. And I think this time around is almost the same. TOP just has to keep their wits, where recognizing if they get their windows, they can make IG pay, JackeyLove in particular, but it's just a little harder finding those opportunities with how they're getting incredibly pressured on these inside turrets.
That's right. At least you have someone like LokeN, though, who's so far ahead of his counter matchup. 2,000 gold. And for LokeN, that's a good testament to how the triple kill came about and how he's been playing this game number 2 on the Varus. A lot of potential for scaling with the Varus and the Gangplank. So you're not completely shut out the longer this game goes, but patience still a very big question, as you mentioned there before, and how this game could develop with Baron now up and available as well.
Yeah, that gold lead was huge for LokeN, but testament to Invictus Gaming slowing this one down. JackeyLove is in shot of being able to tie up in CS, and on top of that is almost picked up his Rage Blade when really he was just had no way into this game. So it's crazy to see that happening from IG's perspective. TOP, I think they have a good idea that they can play around Baron, but it's IG getting their first shot.
Ooh, I hear a cannon barrage somewhere.
Get away from the shot!
We don't need the Shy, we need a top lane. 369 had to drop the cannon barrage down. Where did the Cogmore die?
Yeah, what the hell happened there? Now, he used his ultimate because Akali was looking for a kill, so that was what was happening at the same time. But JackeyLove died, and now they're on Baron.
This is much like game number 1. This time, though, IG are not in the driver's seat. Baolan has to face check into the pit, but it's 6k health.
All right, let's see if they can go in on it. 4K, they're burning it.
Does that perfect execution right in front of the pit. They're trying to poke it down. Ning finds Sonic away from resonating strike as TheShy picks up the first kill. Knight out of the back of the pit, and IG cleaning from front to back. Knight tries to get back in for the fight, but Invictus Gaming have already finished up each and every member. Knight's too damn low, and they're back to the Baron.
Knight still have some HP on him. If he can find an angle, a shock blast will do the trick.
More importantly, the mana, which lands onto Rookie in the back line. 2k now.
Don't do it, Knight. Don't do it, Knight.
Knight jumps in. 1v3. Finds 2. Doesn't find the third.
Don't do it, Rookie.
But Rookie's in front of Baron. No. One more hit. He lives. The potion, the red buff, keeps him alive. Even though it's an ace, though, IG came desperately close.
Playmaker on Knight. He looked at what seemed like an impossible situation, dives straight through, gets 2 kills, almost a third one if Baron buff was a little bit more helpful.
To the skies. Knight jumps in head first.
Let's see what we got missed out. Observers didn't catch this one, but we were talking about JackeyLove pushing in through waves. He was the target, they got him, they moved towards Baron, and IG picks up the team fight. Take a look at Ning. He found a way to find a way straight towards Knight. Knight was pressured here, completely kicked out of the pit. No way for him to help his team out, and on that call, IG just goes straight in. But the problem is, yeah, Knight may be low in HP, but he has a hell of a lot of mana.
Yeah.
And so Baolan has to leave. It's on Ning and Rookie. He gets the angle to get the a lot of damage on towards Rookie. He finds him as his first target. So immediately eliminates Ning. So there was no opportunity for a smite situation if he lasts long enough for that. So great IQ there from Knight.
Rookie, the only one to survive after that fight, is dead and done. And
Ooh, they
TOP found
find
another
it.
pick. It's Baolan. JackeyLove going to try and fight this back in. And Sonic Wave doesn't land onto Knight. The Realm Wolf's coming in. IG continuing the fight into a choke mix. Once it casts, does everything for XX, but he has to go golden himself as Ning looking for Knight, who's low once again. TOP getting traded off on, and it's not for the better. IG coming out of that fight alive.
Yeah, these angles are not working out for TOP, and here comes Rookie.
Rookie doesn't have the flash, but he does have the execution. Not available for the ulti, goes into the shroud. Ben gets low, Sonic Wave lands again. LokeN gets half chunked by TheShy, and IG, these fights, their maneuvering is outplaying TOP.
If your main gold investment, in this case is LokeN, has no way to actually output the damage, he got himself his Guinsoo's Rage Blade, not able to do anything with it. That's insane, and now TOP are on the back foot.
It's a messy gameplay, but it's good to see. 21 kills on the board, 24 minutes, and Baron
He can
again.
get the poke. Oh no.
He doesn't find anyone, or rather TheShy takes no damage from him, but Knight gets to pick up the Ning. Jungler down as Knight wants to disrupt again. LokeN can't do anything. They're onto the Baron. Where's the Shock Blast? Not in time. The Glacial Fissure is secure for good measure. IG finally get that Baron.
Yes, he was still on cooldown, so he just had to make do with the Q. Not good enough. But damn, Knight is playing this one out so well.
Oh, he is.
At the end of the day, Invictus Gaming gets so much more. Baron buff on the field, and a lot of the gold is on Rookie, who's been collapsing so well. So right now, if you're TOP, this feels like an impossible task. A lot of your resources, as I said, is on LokeN. He can't really do anything in these fights. I guess this seems like this was a pick on a who. What happened here?
Well, I think it's 369. This is where the ultimate from Rookie was used.
That's a long run if this is the case, right? Because we found him right at the inner tower.
Yeah.
This is a long replay. What are we looking at here?
Oh, finally got there.
All right, let's see. He used his ultimate. This is different. This is a different situation. He used his ultimate when he was on his own tower. Wow, this is a bit of a chase, isn't it?
I guess the game might be ending as we go back to normal time. But that was the ultimate that actually took 369 out of the fight anyway.
Yes.
Gangplank got solo killed. Rookie doing a monstrous job in this mid lane, 4-1 and 4 at the moment, and you can see how punishing he's being here on this Invictus Gaming roster.
Has his Void Staff too. A bit of magic resist coming through from TOP is not good enough. And I'm looking towards Knight because Knight's playing really well. The Hex Drinker that he's picked up for himself should be paying off, but with how fed Rookie is currently, it's just so hard for him to find his way into these fights. That's 2 fights in a row where his main, I guess, benefit is being able to find pokes from like 3 meters away.
Raz 369 is still not enjoying this lane, even just with TheShy. TheShy is 80 CS ahead, continues to have the item advantage, and continues to have the power over the Gangplank. Even though TOP are not making it easy for Invictus Gaming, still, the individual laners looking to topple.
That splash damage just brutalized Ben's HP.
Yeah.
Now we're in a position, if you saw, JackeyLove shoving out that mid lane, they're just moving straight towards it. It's just so hard for TOP to now defend this.
We know that a 1-3-1 is one of the best compositions with the Baron buff. From all 3 lanes, IG are assaulting.
Oh, is he
That's
getting
the
the
first
skill?
inner to go down. Now, Knight is playing well, Raz, but TheShy is playing even better. Half-health Knight is forced out, and TOP can't respond because they're going to protect their mid lane turret.
Yeah, they got to do this. And even if they try and double down on...
Oh, hang on,
no.
look at Knight! Solo kill avoided by a narrow margin. TheShy still here, and another minion wave is coming up. The mid lane drops down. Knight is forced back.
Millisecond decision. He recognized he was right next to the terrain being the inhibitor. He was like, well, you have no way to go. This Q is going to hit you. So, such a close call, and 369, I don't think there's a way you're getting out of this
We're in solo kill heaven, but the Rookie might need the rest of the team. They find 369 immediately as the Chains of Corruption onto Baolan means nothing. He cleanses away. LokeN, XX, and Ben getting charged on while TheShy is doing his dirty in the bottom lane.
Can't find a way to push Rise off of this. That's just been the game. Okay, let's see if we got something here.
Can they defend a TOP? Level 16 Rise is what they have to deal with. They're going to look at so many different lanes.
And let me tell you, this guy was not, and I'm gonna say it one more time, he was not even in the top 3 of the MVP list? Really?
Who put him there?
Who did that?
Who didn't put him there?
Who did that?
It's annoying to see. TheShy even teleports back in. Look, he's in the top side now. Let's get that top lane turret. Let's get mid. 3 open inhibitors. If this doesn't scream Invictus Gaming, I don't know what does.
Okay, honestly, XX has ultimate, he has flash, he needs to force a fight, even if it seems like the worst call imaginable. IG are not going to push them off.
Because where is he going to go? XX blocked down. He finally finds TheShy into the back line, but heals up. The passive is huge. Rise going to get picked out, but he takes XX down with him. And TheShy even gets another. Doesn't die. While Invictus Gaming style on TOP. It's been a rough run. And LokeN from triple kill to now the Fountain. TOP back into the base. And while Invictus Gaming looks for that final push. TOP have to wonder, how did it get to this point?
Yeah, they got 2 waves of minions. Are they trying to make it a 3rd one? They see an inhibitor in the bottom. Nah, they're just gonna go for it.
Invictus Gaming are low, but Invictus Gaming do not care. They're right back into the fray. Knight pops back Ning. The Ignite will not tick him over. And Invictus Gaming, 1 step away. The right side of the bracket has been 3-0 so far. And IG looking to continue that trend.
They're gonna push him off.
Trying to defend the game, but TheShy is still alive. Problem number
no.
1 as he sidesteps XX. He finds another. They get the 3rd. This man is insane. Invictus Gaming are insane. And they're 1 game away from taking us to an insane finals.
They just taught them a valuable lesson in respect. Because a lot of people, including myself, look at Invictus Gaming and say, you know, is this the world champions that we've had? You know, faltering as they come down to the playoff run. And at times, people are looking at them making control plays here and there, but when it comes past the regular season, when you get into that best of 5, they just look so damn good. I'm looking at the audience members right now. Don't look at your phones, man.
I said the same thing last time. How could you?
To be fair, maybe they're, you know, sending out Weibo messages talking about like, holy moly, what the hell's happening?
Well, look at TheShy's damage. Get on Twitter, post about that, because that's insane.
Yeah, that's incredible.
That's a 29-minute game from Invictus Gaming and a Rise that just hit late game early.
That's 2 games in a row that TOP has decided to play away from 369, and it hasn't been working. There are a lot of times when people go into you know, Invictus Gaming, and what they oftentimes try to do is like either try and play into them, get the best matchup for your top laner, try to go, you know, bang for bang, buck for buck. I thought the best example was actually RNG last time they faced Invictus Gaming, because the TheShy came in and he did pretty well.
Yeah.
It wasn't good enough, and I think that's why TOP are not going towards that strategy. They're trying to play to the opposite side of the map, and that's not how TOP have been finding wins. A lot of it has just been playing to their solo laners, both mid and top lane. And this time around, they're trying to flip the script, go to the bottom side of the map, and it hasn't been paying off.
It gives you a good comparison, though, as well, for someone like 369 versus TheShy. Remember the desk putting them side by side, and both Clement and Tabe said, well, TheShy. And in individual standings, you look at how TheShy's going up against 369, and he's got, you know, he's got a bit of help. That's maybe unfair.
A lot of help!
A lot of help. But TheShy still looks pretty good.
Yeah, TheShy looks amazing. And there's a reason why you put resources into him. And on the opposite end, you're doing the same to LokeN, and he's not finding anything in these mid lane skirmishes. So you need to be able to put something in towards 369 before it's a 0-3 without even changing the strategy.
It's hard because we're going to look at these drafts once again after we come back from this short break. IG 2-0. I want to see this go the distance, and that means TOP need to shape up. Let's see what happens in game 3.